Welcome to Chapter 5, Balance Seekers. Lucky and I need to tell you something important. The manifestation world doesn't want you to miss out. It wants you to know that even with every vision board you make, perfectly curated, you can recite affirmations till you're turned blue in the face. But guess what? If your body is screaming and you're in the red zone, danger, Will Robinson, none of it will stick. So if you're so stressed that you can't calm yourself, you can't heal. You have to check in with your body. Right now, I want you to check in, okay? Notice your breath. Notice your heartbeat. Just feel it for a second. What's happening in there? Is it racing? Is your breath tight? Is it calm and open? You don't have to change anything. Don't judge it. Just notice, okay? Because this is the perfect litmus test for what you're feeling right now. This is real manifestation power. This is where it lives. When I was teaching meditation, we kept a journal to point out our miracles. Here's what I see every day in my clinic. I live in Silicon Valley. There's a lot of brilliant, capable people here. But they're wondering why their life isn't matching their vision. I mean, it's a pretty nice life out here. The weather, the houses, the fun. But there has been a dramatic increase in my people coming into the clinic with vertigo and mysterious symptoms. Everyone just blames it on, oh, it's post-COVID. Brain fog. Like a unique and strange collection of symptoms. And they're not all the same from person to person. Luckily, after my kiddo's brain injury, I took some post-concussion courses where I could differential diagnose different types of vertigo and dizziness. Yeah, so that has helped me a lot. But a lot of them, I believe what we're seeing is many different expressions of sympathetic overdrive, being caught in chronic fight or flight. There's no regulation in our nervous system. It's 100 miles an hour all the time. COVID-19 locked us in emergency mode for years. Our nervous systems are still processing. It's going to take a minute, man. That collective trauma, that was rough. But the answer isn't that people aren't trying hard enough. We all want to escape this angst. It's not that we're not positive. The answer is in biology. It's in the science of being stuck in survival mode. That's what's blocking it. The nervous system, always on high alert, that's that red zone I talk about, the survival mode. Your brilliant brain redirects all of its energy toward keeping you safe. It's the priority, survival. We don't need to digest when we're running from the dinosaur. So that's where your thoughts and your dreams can envision kooky things, not go offline. It's not because you're broken. It's not because your system is being incredibly intelligent about priorities. You have to guide it. Do you feel like you're not in control of your own life? That your body's doing what it's doing regardless of what you do? That situations come up and you know what you want to create, but it just doesn't feel possible. You can't access that creative energy. You're not yourself. You're not your best self. But here's the science. This kind of gives me a little bit of chills. There's now cutting edge research in epigenetics that shows us, ready for this? 95% of your health outcomes are not determined by the gene double helix. Only 3 to 5%. The rest, 95%, lies in the choices that you make moment to moment. Putting yourself in the situation where you can heal in parasympathetic mode. This affected all the kids that were developing, mine, yours. It was rough. We all know that experience will forever change them. But trust me, balance seekers, all of this was meant to be. It doesn't really suck. It just kind of is. But what lessons did you learn in this extraordinarily bizarre situation? What resilience have we built? This means we have lived a life worth living. I mean, when schools shut, I was like, mind blown. I don't even know what's happening in this world. So the aftermath of that unnatural way of being isn't weakness or failure. It's our bodies asking us to finally come home to ourselves. You know, it's kind of like we live in two worlds. One is real and one is not real. And we feel like the tangibles out here are real, but guess what? It's the perception, your consciousness that's real. And guess what? In that consciousness, we can access the red zone and the healing zone. You know when you're in the red zone, everything feels uphill. Your creativity feels blocked. You may feel lethargic and heavy, or whatever your imbalance is, inflamed. When you're in the red zone, blood flow actually shifts away from your prefrontal cortex, your visioning center. Honestly. The amygdala puts all the attention to the emotional alarm system. Intruder alert! You're literally neurologically incapable of accessing your highest potential. It's amazing you get anything done being under the stress that you're under. But you need to know that there's the healing zone, and it is available to you. It's that inner space where your body finally exhales. A full, complete exhale. That's a sign to our parasympathetic nervous system that we're good, we're safe here. Your mind gets clear. You feel a sense of free-flowing energy. This is where real transformation happens. Not when you're spinning, accomplishing things and checking them off the list. That's not what happens. Let's try something right now. Again, coming back to your breathing. Really listen. Is it shallow? Is it up here in your chest? Or is it a full, complete breath that comes to your belly and opens your ribs? Are your shoulders up by your ears? Just noticing. We're just getting used to being aware of what our body's doing. You got to start somewhere. So now let's take 3 long, full, complete breaths. Making your exhale a few counts longer than your inhale, so it completely empties your lungs. So let's do this. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do you feel that? That's all it takes to come back to yourself. A couple full, complete breaths. Good job. I want to share something that it actually shattered everything I thought I knew about the mind-body connection. Years ago, I worked in a small rehab hospital in Jersey, and I worked with this young woman. Her name was Allison. She was my age, 22 at the time. And she was dealing with a nasty, aggressive case of multiple sclerosis. Now, I was new in the PT department, and so I wasn't aware that it wasn't common for her having the disease only a few months to be so severe. Some days she couldn't even pull herself up and right herself in the wheelchair because of spasms. Well, one day she shared with me she had, this is so hard to say, a dissociative identity disorder because of profound trauma throughout her life. And so while working with her and noticing when different personalities would show up, Sarah would show up in ponytails, which Allison hated. She abhorred them. She would get all testy. But I would say, hey, guess what? You're able to stand up in the parallel bars because your tone is better. She could stand and walk. Even though on other days when Allison was out, she could not even right herself and bear her own weight. When her personality Emma emerged, she could write beautiful, legible writing with her non-dominant hand, when normally her hands were contracted and couldn't even hold a writing utensil. There was one personality that was like the tough one, and we could do stretching and more painful things on those days. So whatever state of consciousness that had arisen to protect her from the horrors, it dictated her whole physiology, her endocrine system, her nervous system. Her body was literally transforming based on which part of her was in control of her consciousness. For the real Allison, she told me that it would be like blacking out. And those periods got longer and longer, and she figured out how to adjust when she came back to Allison. It's what her system had to do to help her endure atrocities. That's when it hit me. Your symptoms, your struggles, your stuck places, as well as mine. They're not malfunctions. They're messages from a system that's been working overtime and holding some gnarly things, trying to keep you safe and comfortable. You also have a brilliant brain and survival strategies. Your consciousness knows what you need. But here's what I want you to know, Balance Seeker. Those old survival strategies of yours, they worked. They got you through. I mean, here you are, right? But are you still tortured by them? You're not in that season anymore. When your heart starts racing and you feel like you've been activated, happens to me a lot. Everything feels like too much. I get not smart. I don't like it. I kind of freeze. But you can find your way back to center. It's not comfortable, but you can catch it and correct it. So first of all, when you hear or feel something stressful, check in with your breath. Is it short? Chest breath? That means there's a threat detected. So you can consciously make your exhales longer than your inhales. You know how that felt. We just did it. It literally activates your vagus nerve, which is the connection to the parasympathetic healing and detox zone. It lets your body know we're safe here. Secondly, you want to recognize your patterns that you follow when stuff's going down. Are you a fighter? Are you a flighter, runner? Are you a freezer? Those are pretty brilliant strategies when you needed them. They protected Allison when horrible things were happening and she couldn't bear it. Nobody could. So ask yourself, who's in the driver's seat? Your best balanced self or your chaos self? Now, if that activation feeling, that upset feeling, that doom and gloom feeling is present, remind yourself that you're safe. You can bring yourself back into clear thinking mode with some breathing exercises, with just some moments of calm. I promise you can. You are like a magical vibrational being living in a vibrational universe connected to unlimited potential and creativity and healing. This is like a sophisticated antenna. It sends and receives signals, energy frequencies. When you shift into your healing zone, when you move into that gratitude or curiosity, it cascades into the body processes that are the same as falling in love. You get a little dopamine, a little joy, and you know you're safe. You're broadcasting something entirely different, a different frequency than, oh my God, it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. Align with abundance. Emit the energy of possibility. Think about the beautiful things you're trying to create as if it's already happened. That gratitude has a very high resonating frequency. What frequency are you broadcasting right now? One time I asked Deepak Chopra at a retreat how to share this material, and he said, you can't. You have to first take very, very good care of yourself and ask yourself, what frequency am I broadcasting right now? What do you want to be broadcasting? What do you want to transmit? It can be positive. Remember, where your attention goes, good things flow. So, what would it be like if you broadcasted loving thoughts instead of fear, abundance instead of scarcity, peace instead of anxiety? What if you overrode those thoughts and chose differently? You do have that power. You've always had it. I didn't know. I thought those thoughts were me, and I didn't like them. What's your deal? What frequency would you love to broadcast? Where do you want to chill? You're going to attract things of that frequency. You're going to attract people because it's important. Your thoughts do matter. Even if you're thinking them that you don't want to happen, guess what? No double negatives in the universe. Yeah. Your reticular activating system is determining what you want to look for by what thoughts you're thinking. So give yourself permission to pause and move from surviving and getting through to actually thriving. Feels kind of good. You can learn, grow, create, heal. Remember, you didn't get a bum body. It's not the enemy. And you shouldn't talk to it like that. Who's the one that ran the marathon in old shoes or whatever you did? You can create the life you're dreaming of. You've got this, balance seeker.